Today we're PVAing and we're prepping some parts and areas of the house in order to plaster and bond up and fill up deep holes like this. So the reason for PVAing is basically just to prevent any cracking, so it adheres to it kind of seals the background of the brick area there, and you can kind of build up from there. Oh, let them look at it. That's face cream. Polyfiller. Liz is filling up the holes on the wall with polyfiller just to make it easier for the final coat.
Oh, sorry.
What happened to you? Go. Ugh, that's a rubbish mix.
No.
What have we done? Oh no, that's better. Better. It always looks worse before it gets better. Looks better. Do that. Cool, everyone's working hard. Doing squats over there. Working hard. Yeah.
In the meantime, my dad decided to help the neighbor when we had so much work to do ourselves.
More backfilling. Not bad. So we're probably gonna have to do 2 coats. So Lazelle's just doing a base coat there. Then on top of that, we can work off. As long as you don't come prouder than the existing plaster, then it should make life easier for the next round, basically. While Lazelle's actually filling the back areas, or the back box, sorry, those areas, then to make life easier for her, I am gonna take out the sockets and make sure that they're like sitting proud from the wall. So it's easier for her to fill the plaster around the socket. Oh, this one's a bit stiff. Yeah, there you go. So now she can go over with the putty knife and go all around those edges neatly. So I made it runny just so it doesn't dry too quick. That is the first coat. This stuff dries really hard, so I want to make sure that I don't put it on too thick, because the weight of it will kind of push it out, and I don't want it to be prouder than the actual existing plaster. So we done that. Done those areas. Done that. Didn't need to do that much. Partially done that. We kind of ran out of plaster as well, or polyfiller, and done some in those rooms. One there, one there. Okay, back to my work. Okay, I'm just cutting the pipe that's gonna go into the toilet now. So that's roughly 44 centimeters and a half. And I measured that, and now I'm gonna, yeah, there you go. So, there we go. Just gotta file the edges on that. Should be good to go. Okay, I've popped in these 2 joints here. Obviously this one's going to be more set backwards when the joint goes in. So I've made up the joint on this side, push it through just because it'll be easier. And I'll give you a quick demonstration. I can get this through. You can see on that side, I've got the pipe through there. And what I've got to do is just basically push that fit in. It's just the easier way of the 2 ways I could have done it. Okay, just on the other copper length. So my goal is to get it past the toilet pipe here. So I have to put it down about this length, so I've done 30 centimeter pipe, and that's gonna go 90 degrees towards where I am right now. And then you've got to make sure that where the elbows are, they're quite wide, they're like 2.5 centimeters wide. You've got to make sure that the pipe here that I put on this one wouldn't clash at the bottom here when they do another 90 degree turn. I've got the pipe, so I'm gonna do my best to allow you to see it. So I'm just pushing it in. You can twist it slightly just to get it past the rubber seal. There we go. And when it comes to a sudden stop, that's when you know that you're good. Tighten that, not too tight, but it's just to just so it doesn't come undone. So you can just do it hand tight, depends how strong you are. Now I'm getting my dad to cut the pipe. Go on. Yeah, and then, all right. What was one piece is now 2 pieces. Great, so most of the pipe book is done. I haven't clipped any of the pipes or secured them to the wall yet. Having said that, I am waiting for the sink just to make sure I get the height and everything correct and I get the right spacing between the tails from the tap to the end of the isolator. Great stuff. Got all the plasterboard, 2.4 by 1.2 meters. Got the CLS wood, C16, which is enough for what I need, which is perfect for what I need anyway. And I think these are 63 millimeters by 38. I think these ones are 89 by 42 millimeters, something like that. One board at a time. Hold on, let's pinch it. They're very light. I'll back up. You go straight forward. Think about that you don't get wedged in the corner. Guys, sorry I couldn't video everything I was doing here, but essentially what I've done a piece of wood there and one there just to build up the frame for the remaining wall. So I had a choice. Ideally I wouldn't want to have the wood this way, but in theory it works still and it's not a load bearing wall or anything like that. Yeah, so I put a piece of wood there that I'm going to screw into the joist and span it all the way across there. Then got it a nice right angle there, and that follows through the wood over here at the same angle I meet over here. Bring it down. Now I've got to basically put verticals going all the way up there, another one here, and I'll do something there. But I have to get a few of my other tools in order to make this happen. Nice and solid, better look, just to make up some stud around the beam. Okay, I cut this stud to go on this side of the vertical beam or column, and I'm going to wedge it under that 45-degree cut I just made there in the wood, in the timber, and on the bottom over here I will do my best to tap that in. I haven't lined it up and spirit leveled it off, but that's tied in quite nicely over there at the top. If I zoom in a little bit, knock it in a little bit. Trying to get it flush against the stairs as well. Yeah, all done. Let's see if this fits. Okay. Almost perfect. Okay, so I got that nicely braced up against that wall, so that also gives strength to the beam above it. And now I'm going to build away from here, starting from the floor, I guess. Look at that, and respect it. Whoops. Probably not the best angle. Okay, gotta put some wood up there and then brace it through. And the same in the middle over here. That piece of wood is screwed into the ground. Yeah. Okay, that's the studying so far. I only did about 3/4 of a day today, but I wanted to take my time and make sure all the measurements were correct. Because once you start, for example, on this, I wanted to make sure that's leveled and it was supporting the beam a little extra than the pad stone it already is. And it just makes life easier going forward. And those are the stud work. So I couldn't really sort of level them as perfectly as the new ones because they were basically pre-done. So I just followed them off from the top. They're almost leveled. Yeah, let's have a look on the other side. That's the frame. I've still got to do more work. Let's switch to wide angle. And this is the other.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and check out how amazing this house turned out at the end.